same as the rest, with equal indifference and no more respect. Last of the buffalo heads. Popcorn has never tasted like blue sky, sunshine, and green, green grass. Flags waving, the roar of the crowd, the star-spangled banner. The fountain of youth. Excitement so delicious, so thick, it had to be chewed over and over and over, and it's still stuck in your throat. Energy that would sink into the soles of your feet, charge past your knees, and tingle your spine until your ears would ring, and you'd have to scream. No! Popcorn has never tasted quite the same. More the flavor of a faded yellow scrap of ledger sheet paper that fell in your cup of cold instant coffee and is now stuck to the roof of your mouth and the back of your teeth, and you can't spit it out. Since that horrid, nothingness day, the day they traded Bernie Carbo away. There's another sad poem. It's dedicated to a lady in Buffalo. It's called Wonder Woman. Her blue eyes with mine with such ease, her hair and skirt blowing in the breeze. Running through the corridors, stirring up the court. Legal decorum frowns on nobody of this sort. A poet and a lawyer, don't let the judges see. It's not proper for a lady with a legal degree. Lunch at the fountain, exchanging life stories. Rehashing your follies and momentary glories. Is this what every young attorney needs? A rendezvous behind a book of deeds? But a circular forest keeps us apart. That ring in her finger imprisons her heart. Yeah, I loved her and she loved me. But now she's just a memory. Oh. There's another one for my favorite hero, Ronald Reagan. Ooh. It's called White House. The Oval Office is a turbulent place. Senators and wizards rushing in haste. A meeting this morning of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Committee's in the phone was out for a laugh. George Bush staggers in, out last night late, slam dancing with the Secretary of State. President gathers the political herd, calls them to order with the executive word. He's got one eye on a map of the Red Sea, the other on his wife, on the lap of Mr. T. Dinner tonight in Nancy's new China. The ambassador from Chad has never seen finer. He's brought along his country's native dish. Yak belly stuffed with tropical fish. The commies are coming up, shoot them on sight. For so these reds that Rambo can fight. The president's happy. He's had a good day. Just hired his damn son, who dances ballet.
I remember when Rambo was a French poet. Reagan, you're full of it. Reagan, you're full of it. Reagan, you're full of it. Get your puns out of that White House right now. Get your rooster out of that White House right now. They say this country's great, well I agree, but we gotta stick together, we need to keep this a country for the free. There are old and poor people and good men out of work, but the money that we spend is wasted on things that are berserk. Too many bombs, too many bombs. Reagan, you're full of it. Reagan, you're full of it. Reagan, you're full of it. Get your bombs out of that White House right now. Get your semicolon out of that White House right now.
Under the rug. Where do you hide it when threads thin and holes show through? The evidence of truth cannot escape you. Non-virgin status. So what's wrong with knowing what you want and what you need, what you can give and learn to give from loving, from sex that is loving, not technique, not ability to peak, but sharing, knowing there is always more to learn, more to give. Waiting and waiting is more sin than knowing when to begin. Sharing, not some preset time society manufactured to make loving a crime, to keep empires economically viable, keeping unbelieving women liable for sucking the big lollipop. This horse race has got to stop. Where is the whore? No more hymen reconstruction surgically or psychologically. No membrane dowry. It's not a race to lose virginity. Just woman needing union with man.
Use this thing? This is a little science fiction story. It's called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde Revisited. Dr. Jekyll's latest experiment was a complete success. He's made himself into two totally separate people. Dr. Jekyll is a general practitioner and works in Back Bay. Mr. Hyde is a pimp and works in the combat zone. Dr. Jekyll is celibate and lives alone. Mr. Hyde has a soft, lascivious mistress who satisfies his every whim, plus the pick of the zone's women. Dr. Jekyll denies himself often. Mr. Hyde denies himself nothing. Dr. Jekyll gives regularly to charity. Mr. Hyde bribes policemen and judges on behalf of Boston's pushers. Mr. Hyde curses, brawls, and molests women and young men. Dr. Jekyll smiles at everybody. Mr. Hyde uses hard drugs. Dr. Jekyll basks in the serenity of virtue. Dr. Jekyll says he is totally at peace with himself. Dr. Jekyll says he has nothing at all to do with Mr. Hyde's totally separate life. Dr. Jekyll eats spiders.